What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and a bit of a different one. We're not in the office. I wanted to bring you just a little bit of something that's on my mind when we're talking about SHIB and Lunar Classic. I see tons of videos, tons of people talking about Lunar Classic being a dead project, being a pump and dump, and being done and dusted. So I wanted to bring you this video and just give you my views on why I think that these people are certainly not quite right in what they're saying. And yes, at the minute the price is down, but that doesn't mean we're going to be this way forever. So be sure to like this video. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I do appreciate the support. Now, let's talk a little bit about both projects. Now, Lunar Classic, you know I've been covering Lunar Classic for a long time, since the collapse in May, basically. And look, Shiba Inu also, I've held SHIB. You know, I've been talking about SHIB on the channel for quite some time as well. But look, let me give you a couple of interesting stats that I think are important to reference. So current price of Terra Lunar Classic, 27.55. We are up 1% on the day. On the back of that CPI data yesterday, we saw that big sell-off and it come back. Equally, SHIB at 10.25. Now, we did gain a zero with SHIB, which then came back pretty quickly afterwards, as the whole market generally did recover. But market cap at 1.6 billion on Terra Lunar Classic, 5.6 billion on Shiba Inu. Now, again, remember though, there is tons more to come for both projects. We obviously have Shiba Inu coming down, we have SHIB Eternity coming down, that's supporting the burns on both bit, and the burns is fundamentally both projects' Achilles heel right now. The supply from SHIB, its original formation, and equally from Terra Luna from that collapse, is the thing that we need to fix the quickest. Now, volume on the 24 hours though, on SHIB 353 million, Terra Luna Classic 321 million. So for those people that are talking about Terra Luna Classic being dead, it has nearly the same amount of volume going through it as Shiba Inu. But here's the difference. We already have a blockchain. We already have decentralized applications that are building on Terra Luna Classic that Shiba Inu doesn't have. Yes, the community could be and probably is a bit bigger with Shiba Inu, but it doesn't mean that Terra Luna Classic cannot do the same. Now, there's tons of things in the works coming down for Terra Luna Classic, as there is with, just mind the leaf, as there is with Shiba Inu. Now, there's a couple of important things. One, we have to reduce the supply in both cases. We need to get Shiba Inu down, and likewise with Terra Luna Classic. But everyone seems to just think that Terra Luna Classic is finished and Shiba Inu is not. And what is the main difference between those two, I hear you ask? Well, there's a couple of things that stand out really for me, is that Shiba Inu has and will probably continue to have a bigger community base. It has a bigger outreach, and it's equally a project that people can get into much easier. It's more accessible to the masses, and ultimately it's on a lot more exchanges and platforms where you can buy Shiba Inu. Terra Luna Classic, on the other hand, is that coin that collapsed. It's that project that didn't quite work out, and I think people are still fearful of it. Now, as we go through and develop on what we're doing, we see more in terms of utility from USTC, and ultimately that information from Zarad. I'll drop a link to the video I did earlier talking about a new burn mechanic, and I think that's important. The difference though, Terra Luna Classic versus Shiba Inu, is we can implement on-chain burns, we can change the protocol, we can change the percentage that it does. Shiba Inu can't. Shiba Inu has to find ways the community can support the burns and other things like that. Terra Luna Classic has that protocol implemented. We have the we have the Terra Rebels as part of their roadmap continuing to develop, and we can change that quite quickly along with that community vote. And I think that's a real big difference for Terra Luna Classic that Shiba Inu doesn't have. Equally, when we think about all of those projects in the DeFi space, then Terra Luna Classic certainly has more opportunity, in my opinion. What we need to see though is volume. We certainly need to see the burn mechanism step up, and equally we need to really think about, is there a different way of doing it? And I think it's important to think about that before we start jumping to the conclusion that Terra Luna Classic is just finished. Yes, when the market moves, Terra Luna Classic generally stays where it is, but actually the more and more people understand it, the more and more people will start to come on board with Terra Luna Classic, and equally we start to get a bit of a run. Everything in crypto is governed by positive sentiment. Everything in crypto is governed by the news, and at the minute there's probably more news about Terra Luna Classic not burning Earth or Terra Luna Classic not getting quite what we want versus what we did. Now, we saw some big moves into USTC, and equally we have seen some big moves in Terra Luna Classic. For me, it's all about building right now. It's all about understanding, have we got the best tools, the best burn mechanisms, and the best things ready to go? And if we haven't, the good thing with Terra Luna Classic is we can move, we can shift, and we can change it quicker, I think, than a lot of other projects. And I think that's really important. And equally, the development team have said it, that the community vote and the community opinion is what they will go with. We even saw a tweet from Vegas Morph saying that they think repegging USTC is probably a little bit soon, but if the community want it, then that's what they'll do. And I think that is a stark difference between the two, but equally why I think both will be incredibly successful. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think, Shiba Inu or Terra Luna Classic? But I still think we're a long way to go. And these people that think Terra Luna Classic is dead, well, let's see where we are in 6 months. Someone will be right and someone won't be. But I, for one, long term think Terra Luna Classic is here to stay. And if you believe the same as I do, that Terra Luna Classic is here to stay, then be sure to leave a like on this video. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for your daily updates on Terra Luna Classic. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.